Okay. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the March 25th, 2021 edition of the Plaistow Zoning Board of Adjustment. Dee, would you be so kind as to call the roll?
When I call your name, please state that you are participating remotely and that whether or not there's anybody with you. Peter Belo?
I'm here and I'm by myself.
Dan Lloyd?
Remotely by myself.
John Blinn?
Remotely and alone.
Jonathan Gifford?
Remotely and all by myself.
Gary Ingham said that he may not make the meeting, so can we call him excused?
We can, and we will appoint Jim Unger as a
Well, I
voting
didn't
member.
call his name yet.
That's okay.
Jim Unger?
I am remote and alone.
Thank you.
Okay, and before we get going, let me read the new shortened version of the COVID-19 statement. The Plaistow Zoning Board of Adjustment, due to the COVID-19 coronavirus crisis, and in accordance with Governor Sununu's Emergency Order Number 12, pursuant to Executive Order 2020-04, is authorized to meet electronically. And these reasons shall be reflected in the minutes. Notice of this electronic meeting was sent to all abutters of the subject property and published, bless you, and published in the Eagle Tribune newspaper. The Plaistow Zoning Board of Adjustment is utilizing the Zoom platform for this electronic meeting, finally. All members of the board have the ability to communicate contemporaneously during the meeting through the Zoom program, and the public has access to contemporaneously listen and, if necessary, participate in the meeting. The link to access this meeting was provided on the town's website with the notice where to email with questions. It is strongly suggested that you test the link in advance of the meeting to make sure you are able to get access through the Zoom platform. Please report any issues to dvoss@plaistow.com. There is a raise your hand feature of this program that will allow attendees to participate in the discussion. There's also a Q&A box for the public to type questions during the meeting. The public can also send emails with questions or concerns prior to the meeting to dvoss@plaistow.com. All emails received by 3 p.m. on the day of the meeting will be read into the record at the meeting. Please note, all questions and concerns typed into the Q&A or sent via email will be read aloud to become part of the public record. The meeting will also be live on Plaistow's Access cable, channel 17, and will be live streamed on the town's website. Any questions? Any hands raised?
Not that I couldn't answer. Our applicant was making sure that I knew he was here, but that was the only question.
Okay. Jim, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
Sure. Pledge allegiance
To the United States of America,
Republic,
which is stands
one
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Awesome. All those years of scouting taught it to you cold.
I still remember it.
But I didn't hear the two at the end.
Need the scout oath.
Whatever. Okay, shall we take a look at last month's minutes? Would somebody make a motion on them?
I'll make a motion to accept.
Thank you. And a second?
I second the motion.
Thank you. I thought I was going to have to call Bueller for a second. Okay, any comments or changes?
No, not for me.
I'm good.
Okay, Dee, would you call the roll?
Peter Belo?
Sure, yes.
Dan Lloyd?
Yes.
John Blinn?
Yes.
John Gifford?
Yes.
Jim Unger?
Yes.
Your vote is 5-0-0.
Awesome. Funny how that works when we get great minutes.
Thank you.
Okay, Dee, would you call the first case, please?
Case number 21-04, a request from Barry Weymouth for a special exception under Article 10, all sections, to permit a home occupation, namely an office for a real estate sales and evaluation business. The property is located at 133 Main Street, tax map 40, lot 50, in the Village Center zoning district. The property owners of record are Barry M. and Tracy L. Weymouth. Let me unmute Mr. Weymouth here.
Nice picture, Barry.
Barry, you're now on self-mute. Can you unmute yourself there?
Okay, yep. Can you hear me?
Yes, we
thank you.
can.
Right.
Long
All right.
time no see, Barry.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
So Barry,
Yes.
what you doing? Moving the office into the house?
Yeah, well, I haven't had an office for, Jesus, I don't think I've ever had an office here, actually, to be honest with you. I was gonna do it years ago, and then the downturn in economy hit, and I should have been doing it about 5 years ago at this point, you know. So I'm doing it now, is basically what I'm doing. So yeah, very small office. It just be by appointment only. Really, I'm just doing it more for the exposure to put up a sign than anything. So yeah, I mean, a lot of stuff's virtual these days, but I do want the exposure, you know, let people know I do exist, you know.
Sure. So
So-
what's the evaluation office? Real estate sale, I understand.
Well, I mean,
Evaluation office, I don't.
I just do really what it is. I do sales and then broker price opinions. That's all that means. It's still under real estate, under my broker's license. So yeah, so it's kind of one and the same, really. So
Okay.
under the same umbrella, I guess you could say. So
And see, before I go down the home occupation checklist, which I will do.
all right.
So I'm seeing that this occupies about 4% of the house's
Yeah,
living
very
space.
small. Very small. Yeah.
Yeah. Having a hard time going through the papers here. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Space-wise, you're using 70 square feet.
Yeah, it's
So,
really
yeah.
little. It's a small office off my master bedroom. So yeah.
Yep. And we see the deed for your house. You've owned it since 2004,
Yeah, sure.
or at least the bank has. I don't know how it goes there.
Well, I owned it free and clear at one time, but let's not get into that conversation.
Okay. Okay.
Let's say downturn in the economy. That's all.
So, sorry, I apologize if I've opened any wounds.
No, that's all right, man. You know, we all live and learn, right? So
Through that.
Yeah.
So let me go down the permitted uses here, the home occupation checklist.
yep.
So permitted use, you seem to fall under category A, which is attorney, architect, consultant, yada, 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 real estate agent,
Yeah.
insurance agent and such.
Yep.
It's called out specifically there. So I'm not going to go through B, C, or D.
All right.
Is the business, I'm going to go through all of them, Barry, even though, you know, just to be fair to everybody, you know, treat everybody the same. Is the business use injurious, noxious, or offensive to the neighborhood by reason of emission of odor, fumes, dust, smoke, vibration, or noise?
No, not in the least.
You're going to make sure that your clients who visit you have taken a shower. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Absolutely.
So it complies. Is this a 1 or 2 family dwelling? I believe it's a 1.
Well, it's actually a 2-family.
2. It's still that
Mhm.
complies.
Yep.
Is it business use being conducted within the residential building and does not exceed 25% of the total normal living area of the residence? Well, by that diagram, we're seeing less than 4% of the first floor. So
Yep.
yeah, so that meets that.
Okay.
Will the business use change the residential character of the dwelling and the property?
No, not in the least.
Okay, that would comply then. Will the applicant have a sign? Just a note, the signs shall not be illuminated either internally or externally and can't exceed 3 square feet. And and you need a sign permit.
Right. Yep. I'm aware. Yep.
Okay, so that complies.
Yep.
Will there be one or more than one person who doesn't live within the house employed on the premises? Do you have people working for you?
No, not so much. No, it's mainly me for the most part. So yeah, I don't have any official people. My daughter might help me once in a while if I, get overwhelmed, but no, I really don't have any official employees per se.
Well,
Yep.
I hope, I hope you're overwhelmed. That means business is good.
I am very much. Yep. Very much.
Does the applicant intend to display merchandise outside?
Not at all. Nope.
So you're not gonna like move the houses you're representing to your front
No.
lawn? Okay.
No,
Yeah.
nothing like that.
Is there sufficient off-street parking for the employee and customers?
Yeah, well, I'm just gonna, I'm figuring on probably really, to be honest with you, I highly doubt anybody's gonna be here. If they do come, it's by appointment only, and I'm probably just gonna put that on the sign because I really don't want people just, knocking on the door and I just rather them call me, make an appointment. But I get that how the new curbing is set up. I'd prefer just to use that one space if somebody does come. I got one space. I used to have 2 spaces, but then you put the curb cut in and all that there, the island.
Yep.
So now there's just one space, but I probably have them there. But could they park in my driveway? Yeah, they could park there for a temporary period to meet with me. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Does the applicant expect business-related deliveries?
Nah, not so much. Business cards, that's about it.
Oh, yeah. And for deliveries must be in keeping with the residential activities. So, normal Amazon or whoever,
Yeah.
7 to 7 or something, nothing at 2 in the morning.
Yeah. Oh, no, of course not. No.
That complies. How many business vehicles do you expect to have?
Just my personal car that I use for personal and business.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just so you know, you'd be restricted to no more than 2 commercial vehicles, not to exceed 1 ton capacity each.
Yeah, that's fine.
So again, if the business
worries.
takes off even better,
Yeah, you never know. Yeah, sure.
will there?
Yeah, I just want people to know where I'm at. It's about time that I do that. So,
Yeah. Will there be any flammable, noxious, or dangerous material stored in the vehicle?
no, not at all.
That complies. Are there any covenants in the deed that would prevent a home occupation? So
No.
I didn't see any in my reading of it. What we
No.
have. That's
No
okay.
covenants, no.
Is this a condominium unit? Clearly
No.
isn't, right?
No.
Oh, are there any other home occupations at this address?
No.
Great, because it can only be 1 home occupation per dwelling unit.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And so that complies. And has the applicant provided the following: floor plan and sketch with dimensions? Yes. Copy of the deed? Yes. List of abutters? All yeses. So that complies.
Yep.
Before I go on, did anybody have any questions or comments from the board?
No.
Nope, I'm all set.
Okay.
Pretty straightforward.
So Mr. Weymouth, if the special exception is granted, the following shall apply. The code
Yep.
enforcement officer may choose to inspect the business location prior to issuance of the home occupation certificate.
Mhm.
The home occupation is subject to periodic inspection by the code enforcement officer.
Mhm.
If, in the opinion of the code enforcement officer, the business practices have changed, the home occupation permit may be revoked.
Mhm.
So if you turn into a child daycare, for instance.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
If the ZBA feels that it is warranted, the applicant may be required to file with the planning board for site plan approval.
Mhm.
I'm not hearing that from the board at this juncture.
Sure.
All home occupations may be renewed every 3 years, provided that there's no violations of the provisions. The applicant will not be notified for renewal. It's their responsibility to track their expiration date and apply for renewal prior to that date.
Okay.
Questions, comments, folks?
No, everything seems to be good.
Yeah, pretty straightforward, really.
Yeah, Barry, you have any other comments?
No, that's it, really. No.
So,
Pretty good.
do we have anybody speaking in favor of this, Dee?
I'm unmuting the person that's here by phone. They've actually got themselves on self-mute now, but I don't have any emails and I did not receive any by 3 o'clock.
Okay, do we have anybody speaking against this?
Same answer.
Okay, well, in that case, let's close this public hearing. And Barry, we're going to go into deliberation. You're welcome to just hang in.
Yeah.
We can't take any more testimony from you.
Sure.
Okay,
So I'm going to put you back on mute, Mr. Weymouth, just so you know.
Fair enough.
okay. Does anybody want to make a motion out there? For the ZBA?
I make a
Nobody
motion.
printed-
What's
Nobody
that?
printed their staff reports.
On my computer.
So who's making the motion, guys?
I was gonna make a motion to approve the home occupation for real estate sales.
Okay, the special exception okay. And a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, I think Jim spoke first.
Yep.
Okay, so I don't think there's very much to say, folks, on this one.
No,
I mean, do you legally have to run through the 5?
No, it's a special exception. This isn't a variance.
Oh, there we go. To me, it's a no-brainer. He's taking up 0 amount of space in his house,
Yep.
basically.
yeah, there's nothing much more to say, is there?
Right. It meets all the criteria for a special exception.
Yeah,
The use is clearly called out in our zoning ordinance.
Plus you have a zoning determination from the building inspector.
And we have a determination from the code enforcement officer. So, I think we're good.
Would you like me to call the roll?
I would love you to call the roll.
Dan Lloyd,
Yes.
John Flynn,
yes,
John Gifford,
Yes.
Jim Unger,
Yes.
Peter Bealow.
Yes.
The vote is
Just
5-0-0.
Thank you. Just bear in mind, Mr. Weymouth, the people out there can actually, they have 30 days to appeal this. So you can't open that office for 30 days. And you'll be getting official paperwork from Dee on this within 5 days.
5 business days.
There's a question answer thing. Somebody has a question?
Oh, yes. Oh, he's on mute. He's just saying, yes, I'm on mute.
Oh, okay. And we're out of deliberative session, so. Okay, Barry, good luck.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes,
All right, thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
no worries.
All right,
you're
you have-
welcome.
You have a great night then.
You too.
You too.
Thank you.
Dee, do you actually want me to type in the complies to everything on the checklist, or are you just gonna take care of that?
No, I have a duplicate checklist here that I just follow along with you.
Perfectamundo.
So I'm good.
And this is the only case we have tonight, folks. The other thing we do have to do is do a second reading of the bylaws.
Would you like me to go through the red lines again as we did last month?
Absolutely.
Okay. This has been posted on the website both for last meeting and this meeting, so it was accessible to the public. The changes that we are proposing are under the section called officers, to change the month that we re-elect new officers, vice chair and chair, from September to April.
Which,
Under
by the way, folks, is next month.
Right. So if you need to start campaigning, get on it.
Need sign, yeah, who needs signs? You
You can put a sign on my lawn.
Under the section personal electronic devices at meetings, we've added a second exception for the use of personal electronic devices is permitted for remote meeting access. Under the section called disqualifications, we have changed the sentence, the member disqualifying him or herself shall remove himself from the table, him or herself from the table during public hearing, during deliberations instead of absent. It just makes more common language sense. Under the section applications and decisions, changing the appeal period from 20 days to 30 days puts us more in line with every other board and committee going. And then we've added another section I'm sorry, almost missed one there. Under that same section, we've added another section for application fees, which were not listed in our bylaws before. Application fees are charged to cover the costs of legal noticing in a newspaper of local circulation, as well as staff time involved in preparing notices and meeting materials. Application fee of $125. Verified mailing fee shall be charged at the current USPS certified return receipt mailing rate, rounded up to the next whole dollar. A note: when there is more than one application, a request for relief is filed at the same time. The application fee shall be multiplied by the number of applications. However, since all applications will be noticed in the same verified mailing, the mailing costs are not multiplied by the number of applications.
Okay.
I'm not quite done yet, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Under request for rehearings, we have completely deleted the section that was there and added a new section that will read, all requests for rehearing shall be made in compliance with RSA 677:2 and 677:3. And if granted, must also comply with the following. If a rehearing is granted, it will be scheduled for the next available meeting date. The fees for any rehearing request granted by the board shall be the same as those for the initial application. Payment of the fees for any rehearing are the responsibility of the rehearing requestor. All fees shall be submitted before the published application deadline of the next meeting date. If payment is not received by the published application deadline date for the next meeting, the request for rehearing shall be considered abandoned. And that's it. The RSA's require 2 readings of this. This is the second reading, and now the board is welcome to make a motion to adopt the changes.
Let's make a motion. I make a motion to adopt the changes.
Thank you.
I'll
I'll
second.
second.
Go ahead, Pete.
Thanks. Dee, call the roll, please.
John Flynn,
Yes.
Jonathan Gifford,
Yes.
Jim Unger,
Yes.
Peter Bealow,
Sure.
Dan Lloyd.
Yes.
There you go. Your new rules have been adopted by a vote of 5-0-0.
Awesome. Other than just briefly mentioning the May training, state training, and the April right to know, I think it is, training,
Roles and responsibilities.
roles and responsibilities training. That's, I think, all we've got.
Yep. So those are 2 big trainings. The right to the roles and responsibility is offered on 2 dates. You can pick either one, and it will be held at the Highway Garage. Steve Buckley from NHMA will be zooming in to lead the session, and the May 15th one is the one that we'd normally be going to Concord for and having yummy food to eat and all kinds of good stuff. But instead, it's going to be a 9 to noon virtual access training. But I do need to pre-register you for that. So if you are interested in attending either of those, please let me know so that I can get you in the registration queue.
So I'm definitely going to to attend the May meeting. And given that, and I hope this is true, given that I'm told that attending this April rules and responsibilities meeting somehow helps keep the town's insurance rate down, I'll attend, although I would be shocked if I learned anything. But if it helps
You always
keep,
pick up something new, little tidbit you didn't hear before.
and Steve Buckley's a pretty good speaker, so I'm
Yes,
good with all that.
He's a really
So,
good speaker. And the way that it keeps our insurance rates down is that it lessens if you learn the roles and responsibilities of being a board member, it lessens the chance that we might get sued because you did something that you shouldn't have done accidentally. Because my guys and this board would never do something on purpose.
When is that one again, Dee?
I believe it's 2 Mondays in a row. The Monday that's in the teens and I think it's the 19th and the 26th, I want to say.
So it's 2 days?
No,
Either
you
or.
can go to either one.
Oh, and what are the times?
It's the 19th and the 26th, and it's in the evening. I want to say 6 to 8. But I can double check on that.
Yeah, I'll attend one.
Okay, do you have a preference? Which one, Dan?
Pete, which one are you doing?
whichever one you are.
Oh, boy.
You want to do the 19th?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm in.
Was that John Gifford?
Jonathan. Yeah.
You said that's a Monday night?
It's
Yes.
a Monday night.
I can do Monday nights.
Okay. So I'm going to put y'all in for the 19th. Is that what I'm
Yeah.
hearing?
Yeah, I'll do that one because I don't have another meeting.
Okay.
And you can keep your video off on this one, so no
Well,
one will
that
know
one,
what you're
it's
doing.
not, that one's in person at the highway garage.
Oh, I thought that was a Zoom meeting as well.
Steve Buckley is zooming into the highway garage
Oh, okay.
Where's the new highway garage?
next to,
I thought that was the voting place.
They're
I heard
building-
it's up in Salem.
they're building it next to Tractor
Next to Tractor
Supply. That's what
Supply,
construction is.
Yeah.
You got me. Good job.
Just send me an email and remind me, will you?
Yeah, that would be real
If
nice.
you don't mind.
Because you guys read my emails, because if you read my emails, you wouldn't have to ask me about these dates. So, Mr. Blinn wouldn't be looking for his packet.
I couldn't
Hey, I
find.
told you
one.
I was coming early.
That's right. He was the first one to
First
tell me
one.
he was going to be here. I was very excited.
Well, I read it. I just didn't tell you I was coming.
Yep.
Not Jim, but John Gifford, with all that high tech, all those high tech gizmos in your barn there,
Yeah.
servers and switches and fiber stuff else. Can you help us get an email out quicker?
Probably not.
Ah, John, you're killing me.
Do you want me to have Frank turn off the meeting?
I would, because just call this meeting adjourned.
I have 7 o'clock. Is that what you have, sir?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on just a second while I